Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Sea Devil Sessions University Transfer Edition. I am your host, Lucinda McNamara, Dean of University Transfer and Partnerships, and I have to say we are so happy to have the return of the Velvet Voice, Kathie Lee.
Oh, thank you so much.
You are in the studio.
It's wonderful to be back.
We're excited to be back for season 2. We're still on the air. It's quite amazing. Did want to take a moment, a pause to just sort of recognize the events of the hurricane that we just recently all have gone through, and especially those of our friends and family that are out west. We wanted to bring up the Blue Ridge Public Radio, basically fundraiser. If you get the chance, definitely go to bpr.org.
Yes. Yes, and our hearts are definitely with the people in Western North Carolina who have been impacted by this unexpected hurricane in the mountains. We know from being here in a coastal area how bad and devastating hurricanes can be, so we definitely feel for them, keep them in our prayers, and hope that everyone comes out okay.
A number of our CFCC family have transferred out to Asheville and Western Carolina and App State. So we definitely want to try and reach out and assist in any way that we can.
Yes.
All right. But on another note, when this podcast drops, it will be October and we will be officially in fall.
Ooh.
I know.
I can feel the chill in the air already.
I wish. I would love for the humidity to break around here. But yes, we will be in fall and all of the fun things that will take place with fall festivals and spooky things and pumpkin everything.
I was going to say pumpkin spice.
Thank you. Yes, we need to bring back the idea of the pumpkin.
Yes. Yes, some Oktoberfest.
Yes.
That's probably past now because that's usually in September.
Why is it called Oktoberfest if
I don't
it's
know.
in September?
Well, it would make sense in September because the weather is warmer and there's more daylight hours.
Dude, who are you kidding? The weather is warmer here in October in North Carolina anyway. And who's going to stop drinking just because the sun went down?
Right. We'll have to ask the Germans. And we are also excited today to welcome today's Faculty Spotlight guest,
Yes.
Dr. Eric Brandon. Eric teaches philosophy in the Humanities Department here at CFCC. He is also the faculty advisor for the Philosophy Club, and he has worked for the college for 21 years.
Yeah, 21 years. 2 decades and then some.
That's amazing. And he is so tall.
He is going to reveal his height if anyone wants to take an over-under on it right now.
Yes.
Lay your bets. Place
there
your
you
bets.
go. Yes. And his wife is petite, and I just think that's so cute.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go to Eric. Eric Brandon, Dr. Brandon, what brought you to the Wilmington area here?
Well, I'm originally from California.
Woohoo!
And I decided to go to graduate school in Chicago at the University of Chicago. I was there for a while and I was looking for jobs, so I applied for jobs all over the country. And I applied for a temporary position at Wake Forest University in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And I got that, and I was there for about 4 years. And while I was there, I visited Wilmington with my family. We came down for a vacation to stay at the beach at Wrightsville Beach, and we liked it. So when I was looking for jobs, I saw, and every year I always applied for community college jobs. I went to a community college myself, so I knew what it was like. And so I would apply for community college jobs here and there, and I saw that Cape Fear had one. So I applied for it, and I got it, and here we are, 21 years later.
21 years. Wow. Okay. And was it weird to go from California to Chicago?
I mean, that was a little bit of an experience, but I'd lived in France for a year as a student, and I have relatives from Missouri, so I'd been there before.
You were adaptable.
I mean, Chicago was fun. I mean, Chicago's a fun city.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
yeah, it's a great city to be in.
But a California boy in Chicago.
It was cold that first winter, but
I
it
bet.
was kind of windy and cold,
Yes,
too.
windy. Ugh. What drew you to major in and teach philosophy?
Well, at first I was going to major in chemistry, but then I found out I was really bad in the lab. Apparently, you have to clean your lab equipment so that it doesn't contaminate your samples.
Oh, no.
And I'm not very good at that sort of thing, so I decided that wasn't for me.
This explains your office. No, I'm kidding.
My office is very clean. Then I just thought about history because I like history, and I was going to major in history, and I actually did major in history, but I also majored in philosophy, double major.
Oh, okay.
So I did philosophy because I got to my first philosophy class and they were asking the kinds of questions that I'd always been asking. And I thought that sounds fun. And so that's what I did. So that's kind of what drew me in, was just the subject matter, asking the kinds of questions I'd had about, the ultimate nature of things. Why are things the way they are? That sort of thing.
Well, that was going to be my follow-up question, because I think a lot of people are confused as to what philosophy actually is.
Yeah, so I think it's an exploration of the ultimate nature of things. What's the world made out of? So if you take science classes, they're going to take an approach where everything's explained in terms of matter. But what ultimately is matter? Is there more than matter? Are there non-material things in the world? If so, how do they interact? For instance, minds and bodies. What is the mind? How does it interact with the body? Those kinds of questions about reality. Then there's questions about knowledge. How do you know these things? What different ways are there to know things? What different kinds of arguments can people make, and can they learn things? And then there's also the questions I'm interested in, which are questions about morality, ethics, politics, what is justice, what is courage, all that kind of stuff. And how do you figure that out? What are right and wrong? And then those are related fields. And so all that stuff together, kind of the ultimate nature of things. That's kind of what philosophy is about, an exploration of that. And as I tell my students when they're taking the philosophical issues class, I tell them issue stands for problems, and it's not a philosophical solutions class. Not the solutions, you need to take a lot more philosophy classes.
Oh my goodness. And ethics, that's one of our most popular philosophy classes, right?
Oh, yeah. And then that class is also, there's a bunch of different programs that, kind of funnel their students into those classes. So our nursing program likes their students to take an ethics class.
It's deep thinking is what it is.
It is.
It's very deep thinking.
It is.
You're a deep thinker, Eric.
Perhaps.
So what have you noticed about the differences in the students since you began teaching 21 years ago?
So I think the biggest difference is the average age. It's gone down a lot because now we have a lot of dual enrollment students, whereas before we didn't have that. And we had a lot more older students, and we have fewer of them, definitely fewer. We used to advise students, so we'd have advisees, and I had this one advisee, and she must have been probably early 60s, and she was taking one course per semester.
Oh, wow.
Going for her 2-year degree. And I told her, you might get there faster if you did 2 courses per semester. And she insisted that one was the pace for her.
Well, she knows herself.
So we just
That's
had
right.
we had lots of students like that, and we have fewer students like that. That's a big change.
Well, do you think that is a challenge then for you? Because the mindset of a 16-year-old student is quite different than that of the older student.
Yeah, it's a little different, yeah. And especially in the philosophy classes sometimes.
How do you deal with that?
I don't know.
Let's think about it.
I mean, I'll tell you one class where you can see the differences in my critical thinking class. So I do kind of 2 things in there. It's all about the basics of reasoning, basics of good reasoning. So one thing I do in there is a little bit of logic. What's good reasoning look like? And then we look at fallacies. What's bad reasoning look like? The logic part is kind of a little more cut and dried, and the younger students can do well there. Then when we get to the fallacies, it depends more on like context, words in context, and they have less experience, and they have difficulty sometimes understanding that this person is actually trying to manipulate you with a fallacy. You can't read this literally. And that seems to be an issue. Whereas the older students, they're kind of the other way around. And they get those examples better.
Yeah, I can see where experience would aid that.
Do you think it has anything to do, I mean, certainly with the development of their prefrontal cortex and things like that, that maybe they're not able to grasp onto these more abstract concepts? Or
Well, I don't know. I think it's more just the lack of experience.
That's true.
I think, yeah.
Then there's no excuse for me.
They can handle the logic parts, no problem.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah.
All right.
It's when you got the words and you got to figure out what people are doing with these words. And it's not obvious what they're doing.
Interesting.
All right. So, Dr. Brandon, are you ready for the rapid fire questionnaire?
Absolutely.
I mean, you look like you're ready.
Woohoo!
Are you ready, Kathie?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. So, what is your most favorite thing about your job?
Well, I think just sharing my knowledge with the students, but also since I went to a community college, I also like to really encourage my students to kind of aim higher. So
Yes.
where they're going to transfer to, I helped a student get into Yale one time. There's the Eli Whitney program for transfer students up there, and he qualified for it, and he got in and went there. And so I like to really push them and see what they can do. So I really enjoy that.
That's great. And they're at such an age where maybe they haven't had all of these opportunities put in front of them. So to have somebody that, is a mentor, an instructor, a professor come and say, this is possible for you, I think is pretty valuable.
Yes. So what is your least favorite thing about your job?
Grading. I give in-class essay exams, and I'm continuing to do that, especially now with GPT and all that out there.
Wait, are they handwriting these?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
It's okay. It's okay. Because everybody prints now.
Okay.
So
That's
printing
right.
is so much easier to
we
read.
We don't teach cursive.
Well, cursive's kind of a waste of time, but it's a total waste of time.
I love to learn.
Actually, they've done
Yes.
studies on cursive, and to write legibly takes a lot of effort, and so people stop doing that after a while.
Right.
And what's the point if no one can read it? So, can you read your own cursive?
Yes.
I can't.
I can.
I can't anymore because I'm just scribbling.
Dude, your students' hands must be like claws when they come out of the
Well,
essay class. They're like, my
yeah.
hand, I've never used it this way before.
I know sometimes they do complain about that.
I have arthritis. What is this? Okay. What sound or noise do you love?
I think silence is the best sound I love.
Oh.
Yeah. But maybe listening to the wind blow through some trees on a gentle, breeze day.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Tranquil.
Yes.
And
Very
then what
relaxing.
I don't like. I
Well,
don't like
that's Kathie's question.
Okay.
Oh, yes. So please tell me, what do you hate?
Yes.
What sound do I
Sound
not
noise,
like?
yes.
I think loud cars. I don't like loud cars. It's just annoying.
Interesting.
I'm listening to the trees and the breeze is going through, and then someone's racing by on a big road. I don't like that.
Right.
Yes. Like they just took the mufflers off and
Yeah.
Like at the car shows when they're
Yes.
revving and
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't go to car shows.
Just stay away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like loud airplanes. I don't go to that either.
All right. Good thing you don't live under the flight path.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think I want to live downtown, although we've looked, but you gotta worry
That's
about that.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's noisy downtown.
What one piece of advice do you have for college students?
Oh, go to class.
Yes, that's our
That's-
mantra.
yes.
Yeah.
That usually helps. Usually doesn't hurt.
That's a good point.
Yes. What are 2 college transfer major options for someone interested in philosophy?
You could major in philosophy.
But what other
But what choices beyond that too?
Career choices. So a lot of students that go into philosophy, some of them go into law school, medical schools. Those are all these options, the professional schools. And then other people just end up getting all kinds of different careers. I know someone who works for an actuarial firm, things like that. So a lot of different options. One thing I tell students a lot of times, if they want to think about their career in philosophy, major in philosophy, but get a minor in something else or a major in
Right.
something else. For instance, UNCW now has some business minors. So they have a business minor in entrepreneurship. So get that and another major or whatever you like. And then when you go to interview, you're a little bit broader. You got some different skills you can talk about. So that's what I tell them to do. Look at minors, maybe look at a double major.
That's good. Good advice.
Yes.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I always wanted to be a banker.
For real? Are you being serious?
No, that's from Seinfeld.
Oh.
You didn't see that
Damn
episode?
it, I didn't see that coming.
He's got the speeding ticket and he tells the judge he always wanted to be a banker. But Kramer did always want to be a banker
That's
on
right.
the show.
This is true. I mean, I remember it now, but I thought you were being serious. Wait, okay, hold the phone though. We're talking about anything in the world.
Professional basketball player.
Ooh,
I can
see
see
this
that.
is dreaming. You got to dream big,
sure,
Eric.
yeah,
okay. And what position would you play? If you could choose any
Well,
position
I'm
you
kind
were
of
like
short
really good
for
at.
that now.
Well, but
How
still,
tall are you?
6'4".
Okay.
that's not short.
It is out there.
So, but what position would you enjoy the most if you
I
were
don't
just
know.
like the best?
Any,
All right. Well, this is exciting. Professional basketball player.
Yeah, that's
All
a
right.
new one.
I like it.
Yeah. So what profession would you not like to attempt?
I don't like heights that much, so maybe like trapeze artist or something like that. Spinning
Trapeze
around. And
artist.
I'd be worried about the net all the time. Is the net
Right.
there? Is the net
Sometimes
gonna
they don't
work?
have nets.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not good.
So, I mean, do you like to hike up mountains and look
Yeah,
over
I can
the
I can
edges?
get up on top of mountains, but I don't want to get too close to the edge.
Right, right. How do you feel about flying?
Flying's okay.
Roller coasters
I can go on roller coasters.
with a large dip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's because you're contained to a car?
What
Yeah,
about our
yeah.
lineman program? Could you climb up a pole?
No, I don't think I like
Okay.
that.
All
Oh, but
right.
you could probably ride up in the bucket truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thanks.
But I've gotten older too, so I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
See, when I was younger and I was a kid, I used to come home and play on the roof. And I used to jump from the roof of the house to the roof of the garage.
Yes. Or like trees. Now I'm just like, we're going to break. We have brittle bone syndrome
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I'm not climbing any
Okay.
trees.
All right. Well, what is your favorite film?
I like Stanley Kubrick films. So
Oh.
like Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Do you like the whole Kubrick catalog or is it more specific?
Most of them, yeah.
Okay.
Like I saw Full Metal Jacket when it came out in the theater. And that was awesome.
Was he Clockwork Orange?
Yeah, Clockwork Orange. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a wild movie.
The last one,
Yes.
Eyes Wide Shut. Did you like the last
I
one?
did not like the last one. I heard he died before he could edit it.
Yeah, a lot of Kubrick
Yeah, it
loyalists
didn't,
don't like Eyes Wide Shut for that
I also
reason.
didn't like the plot of that one because it was just like, oh, secret society. Oh, I'm so bored with that. So sorry.
Are you involved in a lot of secret
No.
societies?
No, it's just
or-
like every other movie has like secret
Secret so-
society.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I
You
get
know,
that.
like-
Right.
Yep, that is
That's
true.
pretty
Films.
lazy storytelling.
Okay.
Mm.
Ooh, lazy.
And then, that was a wasted effort too because you had such great actors in there.
It was
right?
the end of
Yeah.
Tom and Nicole.
I know.
Yes. Yeah. Well, finally, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self about your future?
Don't go to graduate school. Be a banker.
But I'm bummed. And this coming from the deep thinker, philosopher, Dr. Eric Brandon.
Yes. Deep Thoughts with Dr. Brandon.
Eric, thank you.
Well,
thank
thank
you
you.
so much for coming in. We really appreciate you being on the podcast and hope that you will accept our invitation if you're ever invited back.
If you ever
Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Once again, to fill us in on our upcoming academic and cultural events, we have CFCC Student Life Coordinator, our head women's basketball coach, and host of her own podcast for your ears only, the one, the only, Taylor Todd Williams.
Taylor's in the house.
It's fall. It's my
fall,
favorite time.
y'all. And I gotta say, like, now that we've officially kind of got a month into the semester, wow, a lot of events that are coming up.
We have a ton of student club meetings and a ton of opportunities to get involved on this.
Let's hear it.
Tuesday, October 1st, SGA General Assembly meeting will be from 4:15 to 4:45 p.m. in L107. Wednesday, October 2nd, App State Transfer Team Visit, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Advising Center. Come find out about our new direct admit program, Aspire, student club meetings, Anthropology Club at 1 p.m. in A316, NAMI Club 1 p.m. in A317, Political Science Club at 2 p.m. in S317, Beats Lab Club from 3:30 to 5 p.m. in WA 2010, Pride Club at 4 p.m. Please contact cfcc.pride@cfcc.edu for more information. Thursday, October 3rd, Baking and Pastry Pop-Up Sale at 10 to 11:30 in L109. CFCC New Hanover County Commissioner Candidate Forum. Join us for a Board of Commissioners Candidate Forum hosted by the Political Science Club at 11 a.m. in U170. Esports Club meeting at 5 p.m. in U252. Friday, October 4th, Philosophy Club meeting at 2 p.m. in U296. Spanish Club meeting at 3 p.m. in S202. Monday, October 7th, advising period begins for the spring 2025. Kaya, come as you are with counseling at 1 p.m. in 201. Tuesday, October 8th, domestic violence 101. The purple elephant in the room. This presentation looks into the topic of domestic violence with the intention of breaking down stigmas and raising awareness at 11 a.m. in U170. UNCW Visit, Explore to Soar. Learn more about what it takes to transfer at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. in Union Station's second floor upper lobby. Wednesday, October 9th, Humanities Lecture Series, the Eurovision Song Contest and the Serious Politics of Europe. Sponsored by Carolina Public Humanities at 12 p.m. in S002. ECU Transfer Team Visit at 11 a.m. in Union Station Upper Lobby. Student Club Meetings, Anthropology Club at 1 p.m. in A316. NAMI Club at 1 p.m. in A317. Political Science Club at 2 p.m. in S317. Beats Lab Club from 3:30 to 5 p.m. in WA 2010. Pride Club at 4 p.m. Contact cfcc.pride@cfcc.edu for more information. Thursday, October 10th, Anthropology Skull Lab. You'll have the chance to work with fossilized skulls. CFCC counselor Mackenzie Reeves will be facilitating this group to support the mental health of CFCC student athletes at 11 a.m. in U262. Esports Club meeting, 5 p.m. in U252. Friday, October 11th, Philosophy Club meeting at 2 p.m. in U296. Spanish Club meeting at 3 p.m. in S202. Saturday, October 12th, Roadside Cleanup. Adopt a highway at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Meet at parking lots A and B behind the A building, Water Street, at the downtown Wilmington campus. Monday, October 14th, classes in for the first mini session. Tuesday, October 15th, join us for the Hispanic Heritage Month Festival from 12 to 3 p.m. in U508 Daniels Hall.
Wow, Taylor Todd Williams.
That was a mouthful.
A lot of stuff going on.
But it was fun. It was like a party coming out of
your
my mouth.
Yeah, no, but it's awesome. I mean, that means here at Cape Fear, we just have a lot going on.
We do.
Because we're awesome, and our faculty and our staff and our students are awesome. That's
awesome.
the word.
So
awesome.
come get involved.
Absolutely. Okay, listener, I know there are some dates and deadlines always lingering out there for university transfer, and we have resident drama instructor Jack Landry on board to fill you in.
Everyone, it's a really exciting time. Here are the events from October 1st through October 15th. Sunday, October 5th, everyone's favorite festival, River Fest, is downtown. There's no classes and the college is closed. Monday, October 7th, Advising begins for spring of 2025. You can begin to get advised. Monday, October 14th, classes end for the first mini session. Tuesday, October 15th, classes begin for the second mini session. The first mini session grades are due by 3 p.m., faculty. Schedule adjustments also begin on this day and add drop for the second mini classes. These are the events from October 1st through October 15th.
Well, Kathie, we did it.
Yes.
Here we are.
So excited. I'm so glad to be back. That was fun.
Yeah,
I'd
absolutely.
never met him before.
The
so.
banker thing went right over my head. I'm embarrassed. I'm a huge Seinfeld fan. I just thought he was being honest.
I
thought
did
Eric
too.
Brandon wanted to be a banker.
I thought the exact same thing. And I was like, wow, I thought that was just something you fell into.
I know. I haven't met many people that are like, I want to grow up and be a banker.
Yes.
So now the Seinfeld thing makes more sense.
Right.
So Riverfest is coming up, right?
Yes.
Here? Okay.
Yeah, soon.
That's great. I don't know the dates.
I don't know
of
the
Riverfest.
dates. I'm trying to
Mitchell,
think.
can we get a check on the dates? In the meantime, I did want to mention that even though it is early October, I want to stress the importance of the planning that goes into your Halloween costume.
Yes.
You need to start thinking now and getting all of the things that you need to assemble your Halloween costume, right?
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
Halloween's a big deal in my family. I don't know about yours.
Absolutely. No.
Mitchell,
ours
what
too.
about you? Halloween? 24. That's right. You have the email, Jason Lives.
Yes.
So we also have to start thinking about what films we want to watch for Halloween, right?
Yeah, I'm sure, one of those networks already has their Halloween lineup.
Right. And we
started.
We mentioned this last year at this time, but the last 3 Halloween franchise films were filmed here in Wilmington and on the Cape Fear Community College campus. So this just in, Riverfest is actually this weekend, October 5th and 6th,
Oh, wow.
between Chestnut and Orange Streets here downtown.
I knew it was coming up soon.
I know. It's exciting. Something to do.
Yes, and hopefully, and the weather's going to cool down just a smidget.
A smidget.
A smidget. So from what I saw today on the news, it should be 7 degrees cooler.
I would really
On
like
Saturday.
that. I do also want to mention the Open Sky Drone Show that's going to make its debut at Riverfest.
Oh.
So go and check out the really cool, radical visuals of the open sky drones. That's frightening.
I was wondering, I thought, wow, is that...
It's at night, it's lights, it's going to look like aliens. I don't know. Oh, this is in place of fireworks. Is this more environmentally friendly than fireworks? Yeah, I like this idea. All right, because fireworks are very trashy.
Yes.
In the sense of they have a lot of trash.
Right. Ashes. I wonder if that's going to be similar to that show, that act on America's Got Talent, where they set off all these drones up in the sky and had like a light show.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's what it looks like in the visuals.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
fun. That might be a big draw. All right, so that wraps up episode 2. I'm glad you're back because
Thank
now
you.
you know what our tagline is, Kathie. What do we say to everyone?
Go to class.
Sea Devil Sessions University Transfer Edition is brought to you by CFCC's Community Relations Department. Original theme music by Nicholas Montalbano and Fermin Chavez Ramos. Audio engineering and editing by Mitchell White. For questions or comments, please contact us at seadevilsessions@cfcc.edu.